race director and our official timer and all the folks that make the really important decisions are conferring right now. And we will have the official rundown for you of the fastest 8. Again, the numbers that I gave you a little bit earlier were unofficial, just going through my race form up here and taking a look at the times. We will get the official 8 fastest boats and their position coming out. Again, it's the slowest boats making the 8 cut coming out first. The fastest boat will be last out in the 8 cut here on the eliminations. The eliminations are the go faster, go home rounds. So if you're going to bring it all, you need to bring it in the elimination rounds. It goes from 8 boats to 4, down to 2, and those final 2 boats vying to see who gets to take the checkered flag for a trip around the track, and also bragging rights here at Webb Slough until our next race coming up at the end of August. Also, we've got some races coming up in Port Angeles this summer. If you check out the website Extreme Sports Park, you're going to find out the race dates there, and you can find out where racing is going to be on the entire other side of the state. If you love the sprint boat racing, you'll be able to check it out there. Also, if you really, really like sprint boat racing, you're going to see some great racing in Australia and also New Zealand when we get into the Southern Hemisphere summer months. You can check those boats out. They're almost always streamed online. If you just do a little quick search, you're going to find out about how you can check out those races as well online. And some of the racers that you're seeing here go down every year, make their way down for at least a few races down under in New Zealand and also Australia. Kyle Patrick shows up down there. Phil Miller is also a frequent racer there. Scott Jensen has raced down under a number of times. Also in the 400 class, our friends in Bad Influence Boat 156, Ron DeMone and Stephen Church have made their way a number of times down under. Dennis Hughes, I don't think he's raced down under, but I know that he's gone down for some of the races down there, at least to view them, and also kind of work tech with some of the other racers down in that direction, and always a good time seeing the Americans down there. Those guys down there in New Zealand and Australia have been doing this for years. They have turned sprint boat racing into a pure science there in terms of what they're looking at in their hulls, also the jets that are in those particular boats. And I don't think anybody racing here in the U.S. would disagree with the fact that, at least in terms of technology, they're a few years ahead of what we're doing here in the United States. We kind of started into the game very late compared to the New Zealanders and also the Aussies and the Kiwis, and quite a great rivalry between the Kiwis and the Aussies as well, but great racing down under. Some really interesting tracks too. They have some real interesting designs in terms of their tracks. It's definitely a great sport, a great spectator sport down under. They draw lots of people to their races as well. And obviously, we draw a few here as well, so we're just waiting now for everybody to get set up. We still don't have any boats down there in the start pool, but I noticed that our safety crews have been making their way back to their positions around the track. We'll be waiting for the official word coming up from the timing booth as to and that is Ron DeMoe. Opens it up, hangs it wide, and he's coming up towards the fence. Touch. And he gets the DNF. Catches wide, and it was a pinball effect over the track. Oh, does he do it? No! Over the track. Oh, does he do it? No! No! If he can keep going, that's to it. And he gets the DNF. And does the pyramid. Oh! And she's bringing it out. Oh! Ouch! And lift those bales. Actually, Matt's doing the bale lifting. Matt is the master of the tractor.
All right, folks, we are happy to be back on the air on both YouTube and Facebook. Took pretty much my whole lunch hour to get that lined up. We could have went probably straight, but we would have ran out of our 8-hour limit, and we didn't want to go off the air. So I would appreciate it. Anybody watching on Facebook, or if you're not, go to Facebook and find Web Slew and like our live post and share it out if you could. We'd love to get a lot of people watching. So we'll be back underway here in just a little bit. And it's been a very, very long day, but we still got more racing here to come and Web Slew.
We want to thank them, by the way. They're volunteering their time to be out here today. So give it up for our Slew crew, the guys, the Island Hoppers. Give it up for them. They are the hardest working people on the track today. Definitely getting their cardio in. Also, a big thank you going out to all of the volunteers working around the track here today, the Rosalia ambulance crew, along with the ambulance crew from Colfax. We have Life Flight out here, the Whitman County Sheriff's Department, Washington State Patrol, the St. John and Colfax Fire Departments, and the entire St. John community really coming together to make this event happen. A lot of volunteers out here working hard to make sure that everyone coming to St. John has a great time. Breakfast tomorrow morning starts at 6 o'clock. Terry's is going to be serving up fresh cooked sausage, eggs, bacon, biscuits, and browns. They'll be serving up breakfast from 6 a.m. until 11 tomorrow morning. You'll be able to get that if you're spending the night over in the RVs or the tent sections. You'll be able to come down and get some eats tomorrow morning starting at 6 a.m. Looking forward to seeing you then. All right, so all right, this is the lineup and the way that the boats are going to be coming out in the modifieds. Boat 509 is going to be out first, followed by boat 50, boat 29, boat 40B, then 40A. That's going to be an interesting changeover logistically, followed by boat 91, boat 208, and boat 8. Those All right, in the 400 class, the first boat out is going to be 156B, followed by boat 76, boat 05, boat 13, boat 156A, boat 09, boat 47, and boat 22. In the unlimited class, it will be the first boat out will be boat 049, followed by 411, boat 15M, boat 907, boat 4, boat 13A, boat 69, and boat 151M.
Hello to Mattia Haskey, Mel Craven, Alf Kill, Darren Todd, Deanna Russell, and any of my other Facebook friends who are watching. Just like any lunch break, this is taking a little longer than planned, but we'll be back underway shortly and be off the air by dark, I swear.
All right. The modified class is the boat order starting with 509.
Okay. It just looked to me that boat 50 actually was running slower than boat 9. Best time for 509 was a 51.55 according to what I have. And then boat 8's best time was a 51.79. And I may have misunderstood when you said the official time. So the boats are starting to line up. And we're looking to get racing underway shortly. So we'll start off with the modifieds. Okay.
Sorry about that. Like I said, I may have misunderstood you when you called that out. So I fully understand that
So we're waiting for the race controller to give us the okay to start firing these boats up and get racing underway here at Webb Slough. The Eliminations brought to you in part by our friends at O'Reilly Auto Parts, by Odom, L&M Truck Sales, Link Malt, and Ken Paulson Plumbing. Also brought to you by Zeppo's Bowling and Mr. Z's Casino, located in Pullman, Washington. Star Rental, St. John Telephone Company, T-Will Custom No-Till. Dale Nunn and Jeff Halstead Photography. Our timers are in place. Spotters are in place. And we're getting them fired up. Boat 509 will be rolling out first. And that is Bad Idea, Eric Petring, Karen Mesa. Fastest boats will be left standing at the end of this in the modifieds. It's a clean run. And once again, an issue with the clock. .26. That is Eric's fastest time today, 51.26 with boat 50. Ready to roll. That is Monkey Business with Mark Toombs and Amy Hensley. First time that Monkey Business has made the elimination runs. So a nice little benchmark for second-year driver Mark Toombs in boat 50, Monkey Business. They'll be followed by boat 29, Hammer Time, Rick Phillips and Jennifer McClelland. Well, if you can get it restarted. That's a big if. Safety crew conferring. The clock is still running. And it looks like they're calling somebody over to tow it off. So we get the DNF very fast for Monkey Time. So they get their self-elimination, not eliminated by time, eliminated by mechanical difficulties. And they'll get the tow off the track. That'll leave boat 29 coming up next. The Hammer Time boat, driven by Rick Phillips. Well, that's unfortunate. His very first time making it into the eliminations and finds himself being eliminated by himself. This always makes for kind of a intense time for the guy that's in the boat right behind them, because they're all started, they're ready to go, everything is set up, and then it's the delay. Everybody has their own superstitions that they go through before they head out into the water, and so a little bit of hurry up and wait going on for the Hammer Time crew. Rick and Jen are out of Dishman, Washington. Rick's real only racing prior to sprint boat racing was back in the 80s. He did a little stock car racing at that point. He also builds and sells street cars, works on hot rods and the like. Rick likes to say that while he has never won or placed, he likes to say that he's a future world champion. So the power of positive thinking for the Hammer Time crew. Rick Phillips and navigator Miss Jen McClelland. And Monkey Time slowly makes its way back to the trailer. So the Bad Idea boat comes out, puts down to 51.26. We have the pause that refreshes for boat 50. And boat 29. Firing up, ready to go. Well, even though boat 50 doesn't make it its way all the way through the round, they can say, though, that they definitely won the style points race today. Monkey Time was the boat that out there in the number 6 channel between 12 and 13, where they did the wonderful cookie right in the middle of the round without touching the bank, and still it's amazing to me that they managed to pull that off and still managed to continue and put down a clean time for the round. So 29 is now fired up. So boat boat 29 off the trailer with boat 91 warming up. Boat 29 has the green flag. Their best time was a 45.35. It's a good run. So we'll wait for our time. .47 for Hammer Time. Boat 40B on the way. Clayton Johnson and Dylan Hatch. And then that boat will hit the trailer, and it will be the Chinese fire drill as the 40A crew will hop into it. Dan Hatch and Dylan Hatch. At least the navigator doesn't have to change out. So Clayton Johnson behind the wheel now. Dylan Hatch, the navigator. Blue Bayou, boat that is being tag teamed today. Getting a lot of mileage. It's good. Clean run. Once again, issues with the electronic eye. We'll wait for an official time from our timer. 43.11, 43.11. That is the fastest time that Clayton Johnson, as the driver of boat 40B, has put down today. So up on the trailer they go. Okay, so what they're going to do is, while they change over drivers, boat 9-1 is going to make its way out. So they're going to pull 40A out for a moment, change drivers. It'll be back in a moment. And boat 9-1, the Flying Hawaiian. I will say that Dustin Chase is a better driver than he has boat. Back is that he's pretty much from day one has shown that he can drive. Little cavitation going up through the top of the track. Cavitation with a jet sucking up air instead of water, or at least a portion of air. And another good, solid run. Nice, clean lines. As Dustin makes his way around through the fastest portion of the track. He's had the entire track putting it. And now makes the hard charge for home. Good. The run is clean. So we'll see the time. It looked like it was in the 43 range somewhere. Kind of hard to tell. The electronic eye is not turning it off like it's supposed to, the clock. So we wait for the official time from our timers to. .42.27 for the Flying Hawaiian. Not their best time. Their best was in the fourth qualifier with a 42.03, but still in the money. So, on the bubble is boat 509. Eric Petring, Bad Idea. Anything better than a 51.26, he's out. Boat 208. Boat 208. Justin Springer and TJ Burrows. And they're throwing it down. It's good. Their best time today so far was a 40.73. They were hauling. Yes. 40.97. So boat 509 has been eliminated. On the bubble, with two boats to go, is boat 29. So 40.97, the time for boat 208. And that eliminates boat 509 with boat 29, hammer time. Now sitting on the bubble. And at this point, it looks like boat 40A, at least first in the water, This is a boat that's been tag teamed all day long. Will be the next out, followed by boat 08. So waiting to see if we're going to get this boat started anytime soon. So Rick Phillips has to wait a little longer to see if he's going to make it out into the forecut. As we are underway here in the super modified class in the eliminations, the 8-cut fastest 8 boats out of the classes. Each of the classes make their way into the 8 cuts, and then they get eliminated, narrowed down to 4 boats. 400 class and unlimited class still to come. Sponsors for racing here at Webb Slough include All Sports, serving Spokane and Coeur d'Alene since 1984. Whether you're looking for street bikes or snowmobiles, scooters, personal watercraft, even generators, you're going to find it from industry-leading manufacturers like Yamaha, Honda, KTM, all under one roof. Their location in Lake Liberty, or Liberty Lake, Washington, is just off I-90 at Barker Road. Check them out at allsportracing.com for the most recent models. And if you're looking for pre-owned, you're going to find a great selection there too. So once again, some quick foot work going into getting the eye working. Yeah, it's always fun. You know, electricity and water play so well together on most days. What could go wrong? Taking electronics and spraying it with muddy water. It's gotta work. And not just spraying it with water at about 1,000 pounds of pressure. Again, what could go wrong? Racing at Webb Slough, also brought to you by L&M Truck Sales. They've been in Spokane since 1968. Doesn't make any difference what kind of truck you're looking for. Whether you're working for a fire department, whether you're working for the Forest Service, whether you need a dump truck or a bucket truck or a freight delivery truck, L&M Truck Sales will set you up. They've been doing it for over 51 years out of Spokane. Joseph's Granary, also, you can taste the terroir of the Palouse, from seed to sip, from grain to gulp, from farm to pint, no matter how you say it. They do the barley and stuff that goes into beer, and beer is a good thing, and so is barley, and they handle it, and that's an awesome thing. As a matter of fact, there is Baroness barley that is grown just right here, just little ways away from Webb Slough, that is going to end up in some fine beer. So the reason that you want to appreciate Joseph's Granary is because without them, there is no beer. And if there is no beer, it just goes to say there is no joy in the world. So thank you, Joseph's Granary, for bringing joy to the entire planet. Not that we're putting any stress on beer being important or anything, but, you know, it is one of the 4 food groups, along with coffee, bacon, and steak. So still over there working on the goodies, the electronic eyes. You can support the racers. You know, they don't, I know you're thinking to yourself, wow, these guys are getting rich doing this. They're making a fortune, you know, with their high-rolling Hollywood-type lives. You can help keep the boats on the water by buying their swag. If you've got a boat out here and you look at it and you go, God, that's a really cool design. I really like that team, or I like that racer. There's something about them that just, turns the crank. Well, head on down to Vendor Row. You're going to find a lot of the racers have their gear down there for sale, whether you're looking for baseball caps or maybe T-shirts, tank tops, beer koozies. If you haven't found the Fat Buddy beer koozies, they are the beer koozies.
Well, while we wait, I will run one more promo.
So at Web Slew, we invite sprint boat teams from all over the world to come and race with us. We currently have teams that come and join us from British Columbia, Canada, all over Washington, Idaho, Oregon, Montana, and Nevada. And we're looking forward to more and more sprint boats coming and racing with us at Web Slew.
I got so excited when we got here because there were so many people here. It was so beautifully set up. So we're really looking forward to racing on this track. It's been one that's been on our radar, coming over here a couple of times from Australia. So getting the chance to operate on here this time is just going to be a lot of fun. It's a nice tight track. Anything could happen. We could beat him, we could jump out. Just as long as we don't break the boat, I am good. I cannot buy another boat.
Bubble with a 45.47. Anything better than a time of 45.47 seconds. And hammer time is hammer done. All right, 48, driven by Dan Hatch. Dylan the navigator. Almost cost him. And it will cost him some time. Any kind of bobble like that is going to drain off hundredths and tenths of a second. Another one there. He's kind of open some of his corners. Oh, he makes it. And he's out. And he gets the clean run. Looks like he stopped just before the tires. So the only skid mark's going to be on the mud, not on the front of the boat. Kind of nice the way that it kind of turned around and got it backed in there. Parallel parking at its finest. And his time, 43.97. And boat 29, hammer time is hammered out. So now, the boat that just eliminated hammer time is sitting on the bubble with one boat to go. The fastest boat in the class by far for the day, with a time of 38.16, is next.
Sorry, I hit the wrong button, so no instant replay on that one.
And the driver, Scott Jensen, and his daughter Alex will wait while boat 40A makes it out. So among the times in the 40 boat, which has been tag team today, the best time put down by Clayton Johnson as the driver. His last run was a 43.11, whereas Dan Hatch's time was a 43.97. In the 400 class, the first boat out is going to be 156B. That is Bad Influence. Stephen. And that is Ron DeMoe. And Dennis Robertson. The bad fish is fired up. And backing off the trailer. Track at this point is clear. Safety crew in their positions. And heads up as boat 08 enters the start channel. Green flag is up. And they're off. So far. And it's good. I'll make the quick assumption here that boat 40A is eliminated. That was a pretty fast run laid down by Scott Jensen behind the wheel of the Bad Fish, boat 08. And I'm correct, that was a time of 38.39. So boat 40A is out of it. When we see the modifieds again, boat 40B will be followed by boat 91, then boat 208, and boat number 8. So boat 156B in the 400 class. Now the eliminations for the 400s. Stephen and Randy, hailing from Cheshire, Oregon. Down there by Eugene. Boy, he cuts it close on that top island, and he has every run so far today. Rookie driver making it into the 8 cut. Really driving very smooth in this particular go-around. This is a solid run for the rookie. And he gets it done. Nice run in the eliminations. Back ends it into the bank, but keeps it in the water and brings it out. So solid run for Stephen Church. .01, and Stephen Church gets his fastest run today by a good 1 1/10 second. Boat 76 now, Bandit Black, with Brian Swindoll and Troy Olson. Their best run was a 42.06. Cavitation going around the island. Anytime the boat cavitates, it sucks down the momentum. is good. We'll wait for a time. I think that the first boat out probably has him beat in terms of time. We'll wait and see to make that official from the timer. Timers, actually. As we wait for a time for boat 76, boat 5 on the way out next. So 42.75 with Showtime, Kelly Stevenson and Dennis Robertson from Sherwood, Oregon. Kiwi Kelly in the neon Showtime boat. Kind of slow off the start for Showtime. Almost got himself into trouble in that combination coming out of the top of the island. Now the circumnavigation. Coming back through. Now the fast part of the course. All around the outside. Flat puts it through there. And what happened there? He gets the DNF. Almost banks it. Literally missed just went right out. I think he thought he was done, and I don't know if that was a mistake by a combination of the driver or the navigator or what, but I mean, that didn't even look like he was trying to make the corner. He just went straight out. So somebody just walked up and said, here's a lost phone that somebody dropped in the porta potty. Before I touch it, can you confirm to me that it was on the floor? Okay. Okay, we have a cell phone with, it's an LG cell phone that somebody lost in the porta-johns up on the mountain, up on the hill. All right, our next boat is out. This is boat 13. Scotty Dog Saxon and Tadra Reichert. By the way, if you don't come collect your phone, we will open it up and we'll start describing the pictures. Always a fun time here at Web Slew as we look at your personal and private photographs. What and he banks it. It is a clean run, though. The run is clean. The ending, dirty. And the safety crew, of all the accidents that the drivers could or may have, this is the one that they hate the most, because they've got to sprint down from one end of the track to the other. .01 is our time for boat 13. So 41.01 for Scotty Dog, who is back in the water. Fat Buddy Prime. Call him Fat Buddy Prime because he did start the Fat Buddies. Group of friends that enjoy a lot of time, spend a lot of their time during the winter racing snowmobiles against each other. But all a good group of friends, and they make their way down from Canada to come here to St. John. First Canadian racer is Corey Johnson. We'll see him coming up a little bit later on in the unlimited class. Corey kind of walked away from racing for, I think, about 3 years. Cannonballs. We got the safety crew doing cannonballs. Nicely done, safety crew. Thank you for the entertainment. Again, give it up for the safety crew, the hardest working guys in showbiz. I think it was about 3 years ago, and I may have been at this track. One of the safety crew members kind of did that, actually did a head dive in and came out of the water and walked up in the bank and didn't realize that his trunks were down around his knees. I noticed one of the safety guys just now looked down. Like I said, it was 3 years ago. As we wait for boat 156A, this time driven by Ron DeMoe. Lisa Bowman from Ontario, Oregon is his navigator. It's the first time that she has navigated. Her hubby, Chris, for many years was a safety crew leader in sprint boat racing at some of the races. Ron DeMoe, the RV tech, behind the wheel. Let's see if he can beat Steven's time. Steven had a really good, solid run as the first boat out here in the eliminations for the 400 class. Oh, nice going through there. I loved his line going through the center of the course. That was sweet. Not so sweet. If I can't go faster than Steven, then he won't be able to drive the boat again. All right, well, the folks along the fence there wave at the driver. That could have been all sorts of awful. He was able, when the way that he hit the bank, to keep it from rolling before he hit the bank. Give it up for Ron DeMoe. He's out. He's good. His navigator is out. Hi, Lisa. Kind of reminds you of the way the pyramids were built. Although probably the Egyptians didn't have guys in green t-shirts. Even got our flagger down there helping them hoist the boat back into the water. So a DNF for boat 156A.
Workout today. Oh, yeah. Yeah, let me sleep good night.
Yeah, I bet. We make it till tonight.
Boat 09 is Fat Buddy Jesse and Kalen.
Yeah, we are.
Guess we'll call them the Fat Buddy Juniors. The youngest members of the Fat Buddies Racing in boat 09. Jesse laid down a pretty solid time of 40.54 in his last run. Good, solid day of racing for Jesse. And we'll wait to see how well he is managing to manage the weight. Zeppo's Bowling and Mr. Z's Casino. When you're looking for family fun, well, it's the place to go. The Family Entertainment Center in Pullman, Washington. Zeppo's a great place to hang out with your family and friends in a 100% smoke-free environment. Lots of bowling. They've got the Cosmic Bowling with hot tunes and special lighting effects. Looks like a nightclub. They are bringing you racing here at Webb Slough, as does Wilbur Ellis. Your local group of networked experts delivering innovative solutions to growers around the Palouse. They've been doing that for 98 years as well. They put the customer's needs first. All right, boat 09. Doc Canucks. He's going to get in that particular boat, and you saw it, a clean run. Boat 47. Coming up. 40.67. On the bubble, boat 76. Black Bandit is on the bubble, and boat 47, driven by Darren Swindoll, could be the boat that eliminates Bandit Black. So Darren could eliminate his brother from racing with a time better than 42.75. Knocked you out of the race, buddy. Chest bump. Boat 47. At all, just straight, flat, well done, and a clean run. So Darren and Ashley Swindoll, time to beat 42.75. It definitely looked like that they were in that ballpark. And Darren has just eliminated his brother Brian with a time of 40.42. 2/10 of a second separating the times between boat 47 and boat 09. With boat 22 on the way, and this has been the fastest boat in the class all day. Canadian Phil Miller, along with Sharon Hauser in boat 22. It's a Back Buddy Eliminator. Restaurant quality, that's as good as it gets in the 400 class right there. Clean run. Time for him to beat is a 40.01, and I think that he accomplished that. We'll wait for the official time on it. .47. So boat 156B with Stephen Church and Randy Church eliminated. So they will come out in this order when we see them again in the forecut. Boat 13, boat 9, boat 47, and boat 22. And that means we move into the unlimited class. With boat 49 coming out first. That's boat 049, Robert and Amy Cox. All right, right off the bat, this is the best we've seen that boat run all day. With the big Ford engine in it. Yeah, he's coming out and laying it down with a big puff of smoke coming out the back. Breathe deep. That's the smell of racing right there. Clean run! Well, if you're gonna do it, make it look cool. All right, waiting for a time on Robert Cox's best run today. .37.38. Yeah! Way to step, Robert. Way to step it up. Boat 411 getting ready to roll. All right, boat 411. All day long. Man, look at that bounce. Bumpy ride for Dean Lautenschlager, and his navigator almost grabs the bank going through that top island. And I'm beginning to wonder if they didn't try to tweak something, and he's saying no way. So he gets the DNF. He'd had some pretty nasty bouncing throughout the day, and it kind of almost seems like that between the fourth qualifier and the 8 cut here, they may have been trying to work something out to eliminate that problem and made it worse. He was definitely not bouncing that bad earlier on. So he was taking definitely some wicked hops with boat 15M on the way. Boat 15M is Jeremy Brewer and Presley Lawler in the Rum Runner boat. Boat 15M, another one of those super boats that was put together at the last minute. Much like Robbie Cox's boat 049, and wow, tie-in right there at the start. And it looks like he dialed something in, coming out a lot more aggressive than he was earlier. This almost looks like a different boat. Go Jeremy. Yeah. There you go. Way to go. Clean run. All of a sudden, the Unlimited is giving us a show here. So we'll wait for the time. 37.53. Right on. 9:07 on the way. Eric Werner and Nicole Brown, the Jolly Rogers boat. Their best time was a 40.09. Are they gonna bring some surprises? Eric Werner, modified, super modified champion a couple of times. Still hasn't managed to put together the kind of seasons in the Unlimited class that he was in the modifieds, and has spent a number of years kind of experimenting with different hull designs that he'd put together. And it looks like he died over there at the top of the start channel, or at the opening of the start channel, and he got it started again. So are we going to see another blazing fast go around from another surprising Unlimited class boat? Workmanlike smooth run from Eric Werner. Run is clean. He may have managed to get that under 40 seconds. And he did. 39.53, his best run of the day. And that brings us to boat number 4. Boat number 4, Sinister Bill Sparling and Dalton Halden. They had a 39.94 in their last run in the 4th and final qualifier. 39.11. So Bill Sparling with his best run on the day. So far, all of, with the exception of boat 411, which he pulled the plug on his run prematurely, every single one of the boats has done considerably better here in the eliminations than in the qualifying runs. All right, boat 13A, Corey Johnson, whose nickname used to be the Flying Canuck when he had his own boat, borrowing from Pat Now, man, he's all over the place. Losing power, hangs on to it, gets the run. Lost a lot of time in those final two corners and the distance between them. Had a solid run going up to that point. Still manages to put down a 40.42. His best, though, was a 39.52. So, at this point, Corey Johnson just eliminated himself with that particular run. On the bubble is boat 907. 3. And boat 69, Overkill. Dennis and Sam Hughes. I love the way between corners when he just punches the gas. 35.36. All right, boat 907 eliminated. That is Eric Werner and Nicole Brown. On the bubble now, boat 04. With a 39.11. Actually, yep. And boat 151M, Kyle Patrick. And he comes out charging hard.